Chosen one, listen closely. There was a season when everything in your life slowed down. Plans paused, momentum faded, progress felt delayed, and you wondered, why does it feel like I'm moving backwards? But heaven says, I didn't slow you down to stop you. I slowed you down to save you. You were moving fast, but you were missing yourself. You were productive, but you were disconnected. You were advancing, but you were exhausted. And I saw it long before you did. So I interrupted the pace. Not suddenly, not dramatically, but deliberately. Things that once flowed easily began to resist. Doors that once opened quickly took longer. Energy that once carried you effortlessly began to run out. You thought something was wrong. But what was wrong was that you were running faster than your spirit could follow. So I slowed you down. Because speed without alignment leads to burnout. Progress without peace leads to emptiness. Momentum without meaning leads to loss. You didn't need more movement, you needed clarity. And clarity rarely comes in a rush. In the slowing, you noticed things you had ignored. How tired you were. How often you were saying yes without peace. How much you were doing for others while neglecting yourself. How little space you left for me. The slowdown exposed what speed had hidden. And yes, it was uncomfortable. You felt unproductive. You felt behind. You felt unsure. But I wasn't taking anything from you. I was giving something back. Your breath, your awareness, your discernment, your presence. You began to feel again, think again, listen again. You learned that rest is not laziness. Pause is not failure. Stillness is not stagnation. Sometimes stillness is wisdom in disguise. I slowed you down because what you're entering next cannot be rushed into. It requires intention. It requires maturity. It requires presence. The old pace would have cost you peace. The old rhythm would have drained your joy. The old speed would have caused you to miss what truly mattered. So I adjusted your tempo. And now something has changed. You move slower, but you move truer. You choose carefully. You listen deeply. You act with discernment. You no longer chase every opportunity. You wait for alignment. You no longer rush decisions. You seek peace. That's not delay. That's development. And here's the truth. What's coming next will not need speed to succeed. It will need wisdom. And you have it now. You didn't fall behind. You were recalibrated. You didn't lose time. You gained awareness. You didn't miss your moment. You were prepared to recognize it. Trust the slower pace. I slowed you down so you wouldn't miss what matters most.
Chosen one, stay with me, because this part explains why slowing down felt so uncomfortable, even frightening at times. You were used to movement. Used to progress, used to feeling needed, productive, relied upon. So when things slowed, you didn't just lose momentum, you lost familiar identity. You had built confidence around being capable, around being dependable, around being busy. And when that pace changed, it felt like something inside you went quiet. You asked yourself questions you hadn't asked before. Who am I if I'm not constantly producing? Am I still valuable if I'm not moving fast? Is this rest, or am I falling behind? But hear me clearly now. The slow season was never about stopping you. It was about separating your worth from your output. Because you were starting to confuse activity with purpose and motion with meaning. And I love you too much to let you outrun your soul. You see, speed is seductive. It makes you feel important, It distracts you from pain. It numbs exhaustion with momentum. But it also hides things. It hides burnout. It hides misalignment. It hides the quiet voice that says, "This isn't sustainable." So I slowed you down, not to frustrate you, but to let truth catch up. In the slow, you noticed things you had been ignoring. How often you felt rushed even when nothing was urgent. How often you said yes when your spirit said no. How rarely you paused long enough to ask me what I wanted. You realized that much of your movement was driven by pressure, not peace. And pressure cannot lead you where I'm taking you. Because the next season of your life is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters. And to do what matters, you had to relearn how to listen. Listening requires stillness. Stillness reveals motives. Stillness exposes fatigue. Stillness confronts restlessness. That's why slowing down felt heavy at first. You weren't just slowing externally, you were confronting internally. You had to sit with feelings you once outran, questions you once postponed, needs you once ignored. And that wasn't easy, but it was healing. Because healing does not happen at high speed. It happens in awareness, in honesty, in presence. The slow season taught you discernment. You began noticing which commitments drained you and which strengthened you. You noticed which conversations brought clarity and which brought confusion. You noticed which ambitions came from calling and which came from comparison. And slowly, your priorities shifted. You stopped chasing everything. You started choosing intentionally. You stopped responding immediately. You started responding wisely. You stopped feeling guilty for resting. You started recognizing rest as stewardship. That change did not make you weaker. It made you grounded. Grounded people don't panic. They don't rush. They don't react impulsively. They move with purpose. That's what you're becoming. And here's something important. The slowdown was also protecting you from walking into things too early. There were opportunities you wanted that would have overwhelmed you. Responsibilities you were eager for that would have drained you. Doors you were knocking on that required maturity you hadn't fully developed. If those doors had opened at your old pace, you would have entered them exhausted, not empowered. So I slowed you down until your inner life matched your outer desires. Now, notice the difference. You don't crave urgency anymore. You crave alignment. You don't feel pressured to prove progress. You feel permission to move thoughtfully. You don't fear pauses. You use them. That's wisdom. And wisdom is the currency of the next season. What's coming will not reward speed. It will reward clarity. It will not demand hustle. It will require presence. It will not overwhelm you with noise. It will invite you into depth. That's why I had to slow you first, because you can't rush into a season that requires awareness. You can't sprint into peace. You can't hurry into wisdom. You can't force alignment. Alignment unfolds when the pace is right. And now, your pace is right. You are no longer running from yourself. You are walking with me. You are no longer filling silence. You are listening in it. You are no longer afraid of stillness. You are using it as strength. That is readiness. And when movement resumes, and it will feel different. Not frantic, not exhausting, not scattered. It will feel intentional. You will move less but accomplish more. You will speak less but be heard more. You will do less but impact deeper. Because the slow season did not delay your future. It prepared you for it. You didn't lose time. You gained wisdom. You didn't fall behind. You came into alignment. You didn't stop moving. You learned how to move correctly. And now, what matters most will no longer pass you by.